Okay, welcome to Math Project
46.
46. Okay, very good. So we're on practice problem number 1 today. Maybe a little bit different than our normal practice problems. We're just going to talk about fractions for the first time. Okay, so Hogan, can you tell me what 1/2 plus 1/4 equals?
I don't know what a fourth is though.
1/4 is the same as 1/4.
Okay.
So it's the same as 1/2 plus 1/4.
It's 3/4.
3/4. Okay, how did you know that?
Well, a half is 2/4.
Okay, very good. How did you figure that out?
Well, I knew about halves.
You knew about halves?
Yeah.
Okay. So one way to think about this when the fractions are different on the bottom is you can think about it in terms of eating a big piece of pie. Do you want to think about it in terms of eating some pie? Okay. If I'm going to take a pie and cut it in half, why don't you draw a line, a cut you would make to make half the pie? Okay.
Best.
Okay. Now, draw me a cut that would now turn that into 4 pieces of pie that are the same size.
Sort of.
Okay, that's pretty close.
Looks like a shield now.
Well, it does kind of look like a shield, but it's really pie. Okay.
Pie.
So now fill in half. If we're going to do 1/2 plus 1/4, color in half the pie for me.
Half the pie is gonna be.
Okay, color it in like it's a coloring book. Okay, that's great. And you know what I'm going to do after you color it in? I'm going to draw in our lines for half and quarter again. So when you colored in half the pie, how many quarters of it did you color in?
2/4.
2/4. Very good. Okay. Now, so that's half. Now, if I wanted to add in 1/4 of the pie, what would you do?
1/4 would just color in here.
Color in 1 more quarter.
So 1/2 equals.
1/2 plus 1/4. What does that equal?
Well, it equals 3. Is it 3/4?
Yeah, that's equal to 3/4 or 3/4.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, let me give you a few more challenge problems. Of course, I forgot my eraser, so I'll just use this piece of paper as an eraser. So I want you, with the same exact idea, I want you to do, let's see, 1/2 minus 3/4. Okay.
What's that?
1/2. 1/2 minus 3/4.
Go check what the dog is doing.
Yeah. 1/2 minus 3/4. Okay, so
Equals 3/4.
no, 1/2 minus 3/4. 1/2 does not equal 3/4.
I know. 1/2 minus 3/4 equals 3/4.
Oh, how did you figure that out?
Well, so I like to write halves this way.
Okay.
That's half.
All right. That's a half. What can you think about it in terms of pies? Can you draw 1 and 1/2 pies? 1.
I was gonna draw 2 pies.
Right.
Here's 1 pie.
There's 1 pie.
Here's the half.
And there's half a pie. Now, the problem we have now is that we have to take away 3/4 of a pie. So in order to do that, we have to chop the pie into quarters. So can you chop those 2 pies into quarters here? Do it with the purple marker. Okay, now can you take away 3/4? Here, I'll erase them. You tell me which quarters to erase.
I could just color them in this one.
Well, I want them to be white. So I'll just erase. Which one do you want me to erase? That one? Okay. Okay. That's 1/4.
And then that one. You eat this.
2/4. Okay, you ate that.
And the third.
And the 3rd quarter. Okay, so we just took away 3/4. Can you draw in the quarter lines again? That I accidentally erased. Okay, so we just took away 3/4. So we used to have 1/2. Now we minused 3/4. So how much pie do we have left?
We have 3/4 of pie left.
3/4 of a pie left. Okay, very good. Now for the extra last challenge problem. Okay, ready? Here, give me my purple back. Okay, we're going to do 1/2 plus 1/3.
I don't know what a third is.
Okay. Well, let's think about it. What did we do when we had a fourth of a pie? What did we draw?
We did this.
Okay. So,
A third might be chopping that in half.
well, we need to chop it into 3 pieces, but we need to chop it into some number of pieces, and this is complicated. This is the first time we've done this, so I'm just kind of telling you what to do. You need to chop a pie into a number of pieces. Here, let me erase these first. A number of pieces that's divisible by 2 and divisible by 3. So what do you think is a number that's divisible by 2 and divisible by 3?
6.
6. So we're going to chop the pie into 6 pieces. Here, let me draw a big pie. Or if you want to draw a big pie, draw it kind of in the middle. Draw it like right here. Okay, very good. Now chop it in half. Okay. Now we have 2 pieces. Now we need to make 6 pieces. Wait. I'm going to show you how to make 6 pieces because it's not super simple. You have to cut it like this, like that, like a big X, and then the line across the middle. Now count those pieces for me.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6.
Very good. Now fill in 1/2. Fill it in however you want.
Which is 3 out of the 6 pieces.
Okay. Okay. Now how many pieces is 1/3 of 6?
There's 2 pieces.
Okay, so color in 2 pieces.
1/2 plus 1/3 equals what?
So here's our original slices. So how many slices did we have originally?
6.
Okay. So what do you think 1/2 plus 1/3 is? Can you count up those slices for me?
1/2.
1/2 plus 1/3. I need you to look here. What's 1/2 plus 1/3? Count up the slices that we colored in.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It equals 5/3. 5/3.
How many slices did we have total? Count up the total.
6 slices total.
So 1/2 plus 1/3 was what?
It was 5 5/3.
5 slices out of how many?
Out of 6.
So it's 5/6. So 1/2 plus 1/3 is 5/6. Now you're going to have a homework problem that talks about this a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, so that should be good. Oh, perfect timing. Let me get the phone. Good job on practice problem 1. Okay, practice problem number 2. Hopefully we won't have too many barking dogs or phone ringing or who knows what. The figure at the right is made up of cubes. The figure is painted red on all sides, including the bottom. How many of the cubes now have 3 red sides? In case this is too hard to see on the camera, this figure is made up of how many cubes here?
It's 4 cubes there.
4 cubes here.
And 3.
3 there.
And 2.
2
And 1.
And 1.
Which is 10.
And 10. Okay. So when this figure is painted red on all sides and the bottom, how many out of these 10 cubes are going to have 3 red sides?
Well, we only have to check 10 cubes.
Okay, we only have to check 10. So let me move it into the middle just in case. Maybe that'll be easier to see on the camera. Okay, so where do you want to start?
Well, let's start with this orange one right there.
Okay. So when that gets painted red on all sides including the bottom, how many sides are going to be painted red?
Well, 1, 2, 3, and the bottom 4.
Okay, very good. So,
Nope.
All right, so what do you want to check next?
This one right here.
Okay, which is the bottom on the 2? Okay. So,
1, 2, and 3.
Ah, okay.
So let's make a tally.
Let's make a tally. 1. Okay, so I'll mark this one with a little purple mark. Oh, that doesn't show up on the camera, but okay, that's okay. So what about this cube, the top cube on the 2?
1, 2, 3, and 4.
1, 2, 3, and 4. So does that have 3 red sides?
No.
Okay. All right. So we've done those. Okay. What do you want to check next?
Well, I can't really see it, but the bottom one of the 3.
The bottom one of the 3. Okay. Now this is hard because you can't see this one at all on camera, but you can imagine how many sides is that going to have painted red?
1 and only and 2 and on the bottom.
Is how many?
is 3. I'll put a little red mug.
Okay, so the bottom one of the 3 also has 3 red sides.
How about the middle one?
The middle one of the 3.
1 and 2.
2 only, okay. Now what about the top one of the 3?
1, 2, 3, and 4.
Okay, oh, here, back your head up. Turns out all the camera can see is your head when you lean over like that. Okay, so that one, the top one has 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so far we have 2 out of the 10. All right, and how many more do we have to check?
Well, we're gonna have to check 4 more this tower.
4 more this side. Okay, so let me turn the tower this way so maybe the camera can see it a little bit better.
Well, I'm gonna check that.
Actually, you know what? Maybe I can lower the camera a little bit.
A lot.
And zoom in. Move your chair, sweetie.
Okay. This might work.
Okay, move your chair a little more. Okay.
Can the camera see it?
Okay, yeah, now the camera can see it. Why don't you stand up instead? Okay, so how many of those, when they're painted red, are going to have 4 red sides?
Well, let's check the bottom one.
Check the bottom one.
Let's just erase that arrow.
Okay. Go ahead now.
The bottom one is going to be 1, 2, and 3. This is the bottom one.
The bottom one? Okay, so it's 1 on this side, 1 on that side, and 1 on the bottom. So how many is that?
3.
Okay.
And now, this one. 1, 2, and 2, 3.
3, okay. Good.
Now this one. 1, 2, and 3.
1, 2, and 3 also, okay. And what about how many more cubes do you have to count?
1.
Just the top one on that side.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Got all the spaces open except for the bottom.
Okay, so how many had 3 red cubes? Oh, sorry, so how many of the cubes had 3 red sides when we painted the whole thing red?
5.
5. Very good. Good
That's
job,
half of them.
sweetie. Oh, those were
Homework
two
problems.
fun problems, weren't they? Oh yeah, the homework problems. Okay, so today we're going to look at
6.
Olympiad 56. Number 2 and number 3. Okay, we'll do those later today. Great job.